Hello, everybody. Back with another live stream. Thank you guys for joining. Let me remove this mic here. Get myself situated. Let me make sure it's not the camera. Okay, move this until K come on. So yeah, guys. All right, let's do it up here. Sarah Lane, hola, hola, sister. How are you? So today was a good day, y'all. Today was a good day. I was able to get out on Manila. I was able to get out, and Manila is open. Manila's open. Yeah, I was out in BGC, and I was excited because Manila's open, and they had to open Manila right before. What's going on, Chris Dillon? How you doing? I'm gonna let some of you guys come in before I fully started. So we got Chris Dillon in, Claude, Lyndon. How you doing? Kamusta Kuya? Thank you, brother, for coming. So what happened was, yeah, it's no more lockdown in Manila. Yep, it's no more lockdown in Manila. So the Philippines, when there's no more lockdowns in Manila, right now we're at level 4, they call it. Then it's going to be level 3 next, then level 2. But they have to because of it's the Burr months, Christmas season. So they're preparing us to go into Christmas. What's going on, Tony Innocent? How you doing? They're preparing us to go into Christmas with being able to get out and go see a family and being able to shop. The Philippines is not going to stop their biggest money season. If anyone noticed, around the same time last year, all of a sudden there was no pandemic anymore. Simply Rocco, what's going on? Mr. GG, Zero Money Down, what's going on? Batiste, how you doing? And if anyone's ever noticed, well, you guys don't know because you're not here, but you've probably seen, is around last year, around Christmas season, everything was wide open. I came back from the States, everything was wide open. Then after that, then the lockdowns happened again. Sherwin, how you doing, brother? Then the lockdowns happened again after. But it's time for me to make my exodus. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm going to the province and I'm working on building my house as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Kumusta from White Guy in Canada. What's going on, Claude? But as soon as I can leave, I'm leaving. You know, Manila, bye bye. Guys, I'm talking about. I'm maybe right when New Year's happens and everything's live and everything's all open. Because I'll tell you this right now, we're at level 4 Manila, right? Then soon after they're gonna go to level 2. When it's at level 2, things gonna be open like the gym. I can go back to the gym again, which I'm canceling my gym membership because it's time for me to do my exodus out of here. It's time for me to leave Manila and head over to the province. It's about that time. Let me put off my email here. Henry man, what's going on, brother? It's about that time. But this show is gonna be action packed today. Um, got some surprises for you guys. Also wanted to talk about you guys that are, and I'm gonna get into it in a little bit, but I'm gonna mention it now. I wanted to talk to you guys that have some sales skills and that are looking to come to the Philippines and work online. Okay, I'm putting together a team of sales guys that have no excuses and go out and get it done. Actually, I'm in Manila. I'm in Luzon. I'm getting ready to put together a team of guys that are sales crew. I'm gonna get all of the contracts. I'm gonna get all of the contracts. They come to me all day long. And if anybody's ever seen my video where I show my work at home program, if you join in my agency, okay, I'm putting together a sales agency where I'm gonna have a team of sales guys, and I'm just gonna be passing contracts to you guys. Boop, work them. Boop, work them. Boop, work them. So it's gonna be guaranteed work. But you gotta be a killer. You gotta be a killer though. That's the only thing. So I'm looking for guys that have skills in sales. I'm even willing to work with guys who have small to no skills. As long as you are willing to work and not give up and stay committed, that's all I ask. That's all I ask because that's what I'm looking for and it's needed. Well, it's many different types of things. It's going to be mostly cold calling. It's hard. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be cold calling. It's going to be cold calling, gathering leads, appointment setting for real estate, many different types of things. Because I'm going to tell you guys what happens is all day long, people contact me. Not all day long, but because I've actually raised my rate. I raised my rate up to where now every time I look at my profile, it shows $20 and up. So that's usually the contracts that come into me, and people want me for appointment setting, or even sales, or they want me to develop their sales process for the company. I even get sometimes guys will contact me saying, "Oh, I want you to create something for my real estate team," or because I'm even going to be working with guys too that develop websites. Because I'm going to add that into my packages. I'm going to actually develop packages out for people, for guys, and I'm putting together a team of sales killers that are not hesitant and that are ready to get it done. And because I've been doing it, and if anyone that has ever seen my video where I talked about how I made $40,000 in the Philippines, okay, um, I'm still currently doing that actually, and I'm going to show you guys. I mean, when you guys, if you're qualified and you get in, I'm going to show you the inner workings, and then you guys will see it all. What's going on, Ed Denoy? How you doing? Big Sir, how you doing? Because I'm showing. Well, it's everything. It's everything. I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys something. Let me see. I may show this on the live stream. I didn't want to, but I think I'm going to do it. I don't like just talking. Because there's this thing going around that, you know, it's going around in the Philippines expat circle that, you got to be retired. And yeah, being retired is all good and fine and dandy, but it's not true. Okay. It's not true. If you are a grinder and you're a hustler and you get it how you live, you can be well off in the Philippines. I'm telling you, there's so much opportunity. Even being here, there's so many opportunity here. What's going on, Al? It's so much opportunity here that you can be out here and get it. And it's funny. Actually, my boy Al, right? My boy Al. He and I didn't tell him yet. I would speak to Al all the time. I'll tell you what happened, Al. Al, I got busy. I got busy with contracts. Of course, I'm not retired. That's why last week I said it. I said in the last stream, I said, guys, super chats. I'm not retired, and I'm not begging. It's just that I have to get it how I live. If I'm doing YouTube, I'm getting it like that. If I'm doing sales online, I'm getting it like that. If whatever I'm doing, that's how I get it. I didn't wait for a retirement check to move to the Philippines. That's just not me. Okay. I can't let that dictate my life. You understand? So I'm one of those guys that's gonna get it out the mud and get it how I live, you know? And Bill Pruitt said I'm not good at sales, but I can fix anything that breaks. Oh no, it can be done. It's not hard. It's not hard. It really just takes being committed. It takes being committed, um, and not giving up. Like for instance, Jay, you're holding it down, man. Much respect to you. Like for instance, yesterday, right? I'm working this new for a new woman for about a week, right? I was working for her doing a real estate contract, and I'm calling people. And if anybody knows real estate, it's what is it? It's I'm calling for people that are looking to sell their homes, right? So usually when you're calling around for people looking to sell their homes, I'll have to go through like I had to go through 650 calls, but it's on a power dollar though, to get to two people that said, okay, maybe. And that's how it works. A lot of times you gotta have the patience. But the whole time I'm sitting there patient, going through the call, oops, hanging up quick too. A voicemail pick up, boop, next call. Another voicemail, boop, next call. Another voicemail, boop, and you got to go through that. And it took what I say 5 hours from through a couple of days because I work another contract where I make where I do the majority of my hours. So I did that yesterday, right? I had time to work yesterday. I said, I'm gonna work it. I'm gonna work it um on Saturday night, right? So I worked it Saturday night, and then before you know it, over the course of maybe what 4 hours, I had one lead came in, then another lead came in right after that because I'm hot. Now I'm hot, because I got hot. It takes a while to get hot. So I got hot, and then you get to a point where no one can tell you no, and that's what you're selling for. And yeah, what you said, the pursuit of happiness. It is the pursuit of happiness. And that's how I live life with that same mindset. How like how he was in the pursuit of happiness, that's me all day. That's how I live life, you know. And what happened was, boom. So I just started the contract for this lady, right? So I went from nothing. I said I can't work anything during the weekday because I had other contracts. I said, on the weekend I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna kill it. And then yesterday I did do it. I did kill it. I got 2 leads. So now, I have to call the leads back, of course, and make sure it works. And then from there, it's all good. But I want to put together guys that have the patience because you got to be patient. You got to hear those no's all day long and keep going. And you have to learn. You got to be used to some pain. You understand? It's like that's why I moved to the Philippines because all my life all I knew was pain. So me moving to the Philippines, there is no not making it. You understand, guys? And I talked about it too in the live stream, like what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago, where I spoke about my desire for just my willpower, and I think that I'm like that because I've been in sales since I was 18 years old, and you start developing willpower where you feel like no one can tell you no, and after a while, it turns into that no one really can tell you no because you know for sure you're bringing something to someone that's right. You understand? It sounds like a great opportunity to work to work for you. I don't a sales mentality. Sounds very well. That's the thing. That's the thing, Henry. Man, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody, but there are guys. There are guys out there that that will kill. Because I'll tell you what happened. Oh, I gotta tell you guys. I'm gonna spill the beans, right? Over the course of say what I I had my rate low. I had my rate at I think it was at 15 an hour, right? Then I said, let me raise it to 18. I raised it to 18. A contract came in. I said I was gonna take 18. They gave me $19 an hour. I'm gonna be straight out with you guys. They said I said 18 is fine. They gave me $19 an hour. Okay. So they moved me so I went from I had a contract I'm about to quit actually tomorrow, where they were only giving me 12 an hour, right? And then I moved over to a contract for. Let me put my headphones on because case coming. Um, I moved over to a contract from 12 to 19 in a matter of a week. No, actually, it took two. I had this job for about 2 months. I did 2 months at 12, and then I boosted my rate, and then boom, right away, 18. I got that came in right away. 19. Then they gave me 19, and I started it on Friday, last Friday. Okay, you there?
Hi guys! Hello! Hello everybody! May,
Yes.
paba- may
And
pabangs.
it's funny, guys. I got to tell you. I got to tell you about Kay. Now this is gonna blow your mind, but it's not really. It's not. But that's why I got with Kay. Before I even came to the Philippines,
Mhm.
me and Kay would do this together, right, Kay? I had Kay. I had Kay doing it. It was me, Kay, and then we had another lady in Cebu who did it as well, and she was a killer. I told you guys about it. You guys remember this? I'm sure some of you remember the story. And it was me, Kay, the lady from Cebu. We had another guy in the Philippines, and we killed it. I had and the girl from Cebu would get like 5, 6 leads a day. She was a killer. I said, no matter what, I said, no, say no, don't say hi, sir. Don't say sir. I
Morning,
said
mom.
all of that, take it out of your vocabulary. And when you speak to these people, of course, don't speak. I sound over aggressive right now. Of course, I dial it back a lot when I'm talking, so it's gonna come across more like this, and so when I'm talking to people, of course I don't sound like how you guys. I'm shouting a little bit, and I'm just inspirational dude. I'm just naturally loud, so of course I'm loud with you guys. But of course I dial it back. It goes dial back a lot when I'm on the phones. And Kay would even get leads. Kay would get like 2 leads a day, and she loved it. And I think I'm going to actually get back into that. I'm going to get back into doing leads for that because I still have the script, and we had a plan for that, right, Kay?
Mm-hmm.
we had a great plan for it. So I think I'm gonna get back into it. We're calling different companies for the to do the marketing for that. And I think alone I can pit 5, 6 guys on that alone. But I do got some plans, guys. I'm trying to take over. I'm trying to do that real estate, and I'm trying to lock down the market because on Upwork there's a loss. There's a loss for killers on Upwork. All right, you got guys that saying that they're sales guys, but they don't put the work in. You know, I'm looking to bring killers on, even maybe develop a couple of killers, and it's not hard. You just got to not take no for an answer. Of course, if there's a contract, I'll speak with them. I'll find out the script they have. I'll make sure it's right, and then I'll put my guys on it, and it's gonna be just like this. It's in, okay. Go ahead, pass it off. That's how it's gonna be. But yeah, guys. Now I'm going to. I have a story for you guys. Okay. I want to talk about that for a little bit, and I'm going to go into that more a little bit later. Yeah, definitely contact me, the Black Filipino at gmail.com. And also my boy Al, he's going to be working on, because I know a lot of you guys have Filipinos that really don't know how to speak English that well. My boy Al is teaching how to speak English. So my boy Al is going to have packages soon. So, if you want them to learn English and learn it, good enough to speak it with you and your family, my boy Al is going to be on top of that too. He teaches English online, and and this is the guy, and I want to bring Al on. Al is camera shy though. I want to bring Al on, and I'll tell you why. Because Al, right? And I got to tell you guys this before I bring on my guests, because I do have a guest for you guys right now. But Al, what happened, Kim?
Yeah, go ahead. Say.
Yeah, I was going to say Al. He was in the Philippines. He's from New York, but he's a Filipino, right? In the Philippines. And Al actually went from zero. Actually, was teaching online for other companies. Al makes over $3,000 a month teaching online, teaching English online.
In the Philippines.
I would love for him to come on, but he's shy. Let's talk English on Facebook page. Thanks. Yeah. Check out Al.
Al should wear a face mask when he joined. Hello, guys. No, I just want to shout out the members.
Oh, you want to go online now? Actually, I'll bring you on. If you
want me to send the link for you for Al?
Send it to Al. Send it to Al. Send a link.
I will send him.
Bring him on right now.
I will send it on Hangout, Al. Jay's Hangout.
But Al, you got to wait at least 20 minutes, Al. I'll bring you on. I want you to talk about it. Yeah, I want you to talk about it because I want you to tell him everything, because he told me everything on how to do on and teaching English online. And it's a good site, guys. Kay's gonna start doing it.
Actually, I already have an account there.
She already have an account. Yeah, me too.
For my students, I can teach them how to speak English, or I'm trying to find if I can switch Tagalog. So but anyway, let me shout out. Remember, Jay has a guest at 10:30, guys. So stay tuned. But shout out to all the members. I know we missed it last week. The other week, Gomer 171, Will Peta, Jeff Dingo, the Professor, Maria Josefina Coloma, Georgie, Jay Brown, Danica Garcia, Roberto Carrillo, The Big O Experience, Anthony Powell, Al Advincula, Dan the Defiant, The Red, Poecarian, I think he changed his name, The Wallace Life, Hybrid Pinoy, Simple Rocco, Pinoy Forever, Lamont Taylor, Rob Cook, Mr. Afro Troop TB, Cliff and Rue, Easy Hernandez, Douglas, Desico, Exotic Filipina, I see her earlier, Kylo, Charles Akana, Tony Anderson, Ken Lee, Terry Campbell, Life as a Human, Jojo, Maurice Howard, K. Dallas, John Thomas, Cecilia Salamat, Bigman 7917, Tampa Life, Craig McCoy, Clifton Palmer, Gonzo 660, Eve Kalma Kitchen, the J Maverick Show, and the Far From Home. I will send it to him.
Sorry to interrupt you. No, actually, I had a guest in the back office. He left out. He left, but he was back there. If you didn't come back, brother. No, he was in the back office. The brother that came on. I don't want to ruin it. People get married online these days.
He want to chat with you for a second, video call.
Oh. He want to chat with me for a second.
No, he messaged you. Let me see.
Who want to chat with you? What do you mean?
I'll want to chat with you for a second. I don't know if you want to join, but I'll send it to him right now.
All right, so guys, so let me get into it now. I have someone on. Okay. Now, everybody knows that exotic Filipina. She went through a situation where she got married online. Everything was lovely and fine and dandy, but guys, situations can happen like this, right? You can end up, you can end up marrying a Filipina, right? And you really don't know who she is. I mean, if you've never met her, okay, you don't know who she is. I mean, she could be the type of woman like this. You see the lady in the wedding dress behind me, levitating. She could be possessed for all you know. You know, she could be possessed for all you know, and you don't know what you're getting yourself into. That's why I say to you guys, you definitely have to come here and meet them in person first. But we have a brother on, and he's going to talk about his situation where he actually married the Filipino online before he met her. And my brother here, uh, uh, he's actually the traveling Mexican. What's going on, brother? How you doing? The Filipino.
Hey, how's it
Oh,
going?
you got to turn off the YouTube in the back because echoing.
Uh,
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, brother. How you doing? You got to turn off the YouTube in the back.
Yeah,
Oh, you got to
I,
pause it.
I have it
Pause
off.
it. Okay. Oh, yeah, it is okay
Oh,
now.
okay, okay, okay. Oh, okay, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's good. All right. Yeah, it's
Okay.
good now. It's good now. All right. So, man, tell me your story. Tell me what happened, man.
Well, I met this Filipino on Cupid in around October 2020,
Okay.
and we decided to we talked in for about 2 months, and we ended up getting married in December,
Mhm.
and we thought everything was okay, but to find out we were two different people.
Mhm.
And as the months went by, things just got worse and worse. And but after, I guess, last month, it just went downhill from there, and we just ended up getting divorced. And but the thing about it is, what I wanted to say is that if you're going to get married online,
Mhm.
to make sure that you really going to stick with her, because I mean, I'm facing a divorce here in the States, and then I'm going to have to get an annulment in the Philippines, so it's going to cost a lot of money.
Wow. So did you get together a course together? Like, did you figure out like how much it's gonna cost altogether to get divorced?
It's going to cost me here in the States. I could do it myself, and it's going to cost me probably about $300 or $400, maybe $600 with filing fees. But
Mm.
in the Philippines, it's going to cost me more like $10,000 or more.
ten thousand
So
dollars?
yeah, it's very expensive there, and the
Oh,
process is going to be anywhere between 6 months to 4 years.
what?
And that's why I'm saying that. Um, I mean, just be careful. Make sure you're gonna stay with her.
Yeah.
And
So
it's
yeah,
you
no, go ahead,
know.
get it, brother.
So I mean, just be aware. That's the message that I wanted to bring out to anybody that's thinking about getting married online, because it's expensive. I mean, I think I paid a little over $1,000 for us to get married through WebWed.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started her visa, and I probably got over close to 1,500 right now on that, and now the
Mm.
divorce. So I'm gonna be out a lot of money. So
Wow.
yeah. So just make sure, and I don't have nothing bad to say about her. I mean, we were just totally two different people that we should have waited, but we didn't. And I met her. I spent 2 months in Cagayan de Oro. So
So you already came out here already.
oh yeah, I've been there. I've been there. I went there. I believe it was March, and I came back in May. So
So pretty much the lesson is like even though you've seen her, 2 months is not enough. That's pretty much what you're saying.
yeah, well, even I mean, even though we chatted for 2 months and then we got married in December,
Mm-hmm.
that fast, it should have never happened. I should have waited. We both should have waited and got to know
Yeah.
each other better. And but there are some situations that it works out. I mean, I don't have anything. I mean, sometimes it works out, sometimes it don't. But I mean,
I
she
have a
was atheist. So yeah, go
I
ahead.
have I have a question for you. How do you know that she's the one that you want to marry and you decided to do the online? Like you fall in love
Mm.
with her right away in 2 months? I just want to know.
Well, it was you know how when you first meet someone
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and you're all happy and lovey dovey, you know
Mm-hmm.
everything's great and
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
things were going great and I decided to get married with her. I asked her,
Mm-hmm.
she said yes, and but it was and everything was fine until we started knowing each other and
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
she knew how I was and I knew how she was and we're
Mm-hmm.
just two totally different people and it was great. I mean, we were happy and everything. I think it was just toward the end. I mean, I'm not perfect and
Mm-hmm.
by far, and she had her ways, and
Mm-hmm.
then I got that dreaded message on Facebook that from another guy that I found out she was talking to him.
Oh.
So
Oh.
it was one of those things that that's it. We have to stop it.
Wow. So how long did it take? So I want to ask this: how long did it take for you to find out there was another guy?
Well, she told me she was only talking to him for like 4 days, but I
Mm.
don't know. At the same time, she was telling me that she loved me, and but she was talking to
Mm.
another guy. So I mean, how can you love somebody if how can you tell somebody that you love them when you're talking to another guy? You know.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I don't know. I mean, she could have been talking to someone longer than that. I just don't. I mean, I don't know, and I probably will never know.
Yeah, you probably won't because that's the thing, man. When you that's the thing when you're talking to girls online, you don't know them till you see them,
Hmm.
and still you got to put time in because before I would say to guys, and actually recant that now. Like I would say to guys, you can take your Filipina
Hmm.
to the U.S. because in some ways it's true. Like right now, I could take K to the U.S., but when I first came, up until like 6 months, I really didn't know how K was. Because when I came, me and K got in a lot of fights. We would get in fights over small things, but that's the normal things. But
Hmm.
then I really got to know her and really understand her. It took me like 6 months to a year,
Yeah,
before I knew K.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the mistake that I made, and like I said, I mean, I don't. Maybe she did it because I mean, like I said, I'm not perfect. I was jealous, and
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and maybe she got tired of it, and so
Traveling Mexican, you have a lot of questions. People are asking a lot of questions in the chat.
Yeah, yeah.
What is the age difference? First question.
she was 33 and I'm 49. I just turned 49.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. And what else? There's more question here. I said, were you checking out other girls? Or would you mind to share what's like how you got, separated? Is it when you're already in the US or when you're
Mhm.
still in the Philippines? You already like end up being together? I don't know.
Well,
You can answer that.
we she never came here. We were working on her visa, our CR1 visa,
Okay.
and she never came here. But when I was there, everything was fine. I mean, and she took care of me. I mean, she was
Mm-hmm.
great. I mean, I have
Mm-hmm.
nothing bad to say. Um,
Yeah.
but when I got back and as time went on, we when we got back, we started her visa, and,
Mm-hmm.
it's just then it just started falling apart from there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
and but I was hurt, but
Mm-hmm.
what can you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have another question, Jay. Sorry, I have another
No, you
question
can ask all you want.
because I know these people in the chat will also have the same question. So you mentioned that you process your wedding in web. I think it's
Hmm.
wed or so is it a legit process, right? Because you're able to visit the Philippines with that
Hmm.
process. So can you tell us a little bit about the process and what you can suggest to the people who already like different situation like you are, but they already meet the girl and they already visit the Philippines, but they really want to go to the Philippines because because
Hmm.
of this pandemic they cannot visit. What are the process?
Well, when I got married on WebWed, I think I paid like $800, 899, and then the apostle, I think it was another $300 or $400. And I mean, we just filled out the paperwork for the marriage license through the state of Utah, and then we set up the date to where we're going to get married. She had her family, I had my mom and as witnesses, and we got married. And then after that, I did a report of marriage. And see, that's where if you do a report of marriage to go to, because, so you could be able to go to the Philippines to make it legal. You
Mm-hmm.
you got to do it to the consulate office here in San Francisco. That's where I did it at. And
Mm-hmm.
and then once they report that, then you're legally married through this in Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's when you have to get an annulment if you know.
It's the same thing. So you're
Mm,
doing the same thing, like divorce and annulment at the
mm,
same time?
yeah, I'm gonna have to get the divorce here, and when I get the paperwork here that I'm divorced here, I have to send it. I have to get a lawyer there in the Philippines. Then it has to go through the court system there, so I'm gonna have to pay the lawyer and everything else there. So,
Annulment is very expensive.
and I have a friend that she told me she's in the Philippines and she's going through a divorce and she's already been 2 years and she's already paid
Mm-hmm.
over 500,000 pesos and she's
Ooh.
still not finished.
Mm.
Ooh.
And she's doing it on herself. She's doing it. No one's helping her. She's paying it, doing everything on herself. So,
Wow.
Peter said, "I feel bad for the Filipino because this guy sounds serious and really want to make it a very long term on the commitment. Also, usually
Mm-hmm.
men want younger girls on average of not 33 plus compared to 28 minus.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
They really feel bad. So what you can suggest to the people who want to do this online marriage?
I mean, it's not. There's nothing wrong about it as long as you know the person real good and
Mm-hmm.
you've known each other for a while or y'all met already.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But don't make the mistake that I made. 2 months and then get married and you really
Yeah.
don't know the person. And like I said, the message that I want is make sure that this is going to be good for a long time because if you don't, you're going to be paying a lot of money. You
Mm-hmm.
know, to
You should meet us in BGC. We're waiting for you.
yeah, I know,
Yes. We was
I
waiting
know.
for you. Yeah.
That's actually when I was coming back home from seeing her.
Oh.
Mm.
So I
Oh.
stayed there. I think I was there for 3 or 4 days. And I
Wow.
should have, but I was just stuck there. But it was okay. I mean, I love
Yeah.
the Philippines, and I
Mm-hmm.
can't wait to go back. And I'm actually and I actually met someone else. So you know,
You're going
Oh,
to.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna bounce right back. That's the thing about the Philippines.
but she's in Hong Kong right now. She works
Okay.
abroad. So, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so I'll be back one day.
Yeah, that's the thing about the Philippines. You're gonna bounce right back. I tell
Yeah.
guys that all the time, Jamie. Like, you can't get down. Sometimes those Filipinos is just not the right one.
Hmm.
And you got to go to the next one, and then you go to the next one. It's a great situation. You
Well,
know.
yeah, you have bad
Bad
Filipinos just
apple.
like
Mm-hmm.
you have bad men from America. So
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
it's it just. But yeah, I met someone else and we're talking. But this time I know we're gonna take our
Everything.
time, and
Actually,
she knows that I'm going through the getting to know through the divorce and everything. I told her everything, so she's willing to wait and get everything worked out.
Hmm.
actually, that's my next question. Jay. I just want to ask, you didn't give up for Filipina yet, right? You're still
Mm.
looking for a
Oh no,
Filipina.
I never would. I mean, the Filipinos are the
My
best.
man.
You know, they're the best.
Yeah, that's
So,
good, man. You can't let the situation have you judge a whole nation, a woman.
oh no, well,
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
I
That's good. I like
I know
that.
I had my mistakes and my faults, and she had her faults, and
Yeah.
it didn't work out, and I don't hate her for it. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
And you know what? She didn't come off because really the main goal, the main goal is to the main goal is to get out in the US and to not only just getting out in the US, but to, you know, be able to get there, get her green card and
hmm
be there. So that didn't happen. So that's a good thing.
yeah, and she's the one that told me to cancel the visa, and because I was trying to hold on to her. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to
Mhm.
let her go, and
Yeah.
she's the one. Finally, I told her, you know what? If you really want me to do it, then I'll do it. And so I sent a letter out to the immigration and told them that this marriage was finished and to cancel the visa
Wow.
process
Wow.
because it would have cost me more either way. I mean,
Yeah.
but
Jay, Jay is Al is here right now, and he
Yeah, I'm
said,
gonna bring him
"Please
in.
say hi to Amy. Hi, Amy, or ask me about her."
I'm
LOL.
gonna bring
I
Al
think
in now.
they're
Also, I'm
watching
gonna bring in bring
exotic
Alan. What's going
Filipino.
on, Al?
How are you guys?
How you doing? So yeah, Jamie, real quick, I'm just gonna have
uh,
Al. I want you to stay, Jamie. I
okay.
want Al to talk a little bit about what you're doing, Al. Let us know. Let's hear something.
Share.
Sure. Well, like you guys said, I've been here now about 10 years in the Philippines, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm originally from New York, just like you, Brooklyn, New York. And uh, my parents are Filipinos, so my mom is from Bacolod,
Mm-hmm.
here in the Visayas region, and I was living in Los Angeles at the time, back, way back, and I had really no plans to come here. But then I found out my mom was starting to get sick, and so that changed everything. And I'm an only child. I have no brothers and sisters, so
Mm-hmm.
I had to come out here, and I decided at that point the best thing to do would be to take care of her
Mm-hmm.
and spend as much time as I could with her. And I did that for about 2.5 years before she, unfortunately, then she passed away.
Mm.
Mm.
And after that, I had a decision to make, and I decided to stay here in the Philippines, in Bacolod.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a couple of businesses she was running, and I decided that it would be better to try to take over.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that for a while, and then just by accident, I just happened to see an ad on Facebook one day about teaching online.
Mm.
And I really didn't know anything about it. I had no idea, no plan to do it. And it was for a language school that
Mm-hmm.
was primarily teaching students in Japan.
Okay.
And I decided to apply, and they hired me. So I started teaching with this school, and I found out I was quite successful,
Mm.
and I
Mm-hmm.
really enjoyed it. And I did that for about 3 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved on to another language school that was teaching students in mainland China.
Okay.
And I was teaching mostly children there.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that again for about another two or so years, if not
Mm-hmm.
longer. And while I was doing that, I started to discover that I could also begin to teach independently, like what I had been telling you guys about.
Yes. Yes.
And I found a website called Preply, and I started to enroll in this website as an independent English tutor. And slowly over time, I started to get more and more students. And right now, I really, I have about more than 40 students at least from all parts of the world. And things are going really well with that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. And thanks a lot for sharing, man. Because I got to tell you guys, he actually came out here, guys. His back was against the wall, really, because he came out here, and he didn't have guaranteed. Like, Al, you're not retired, right?
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm not
So
retired.
same thing, guys. I'm telling you, this is another person that did it. I don't know. I feel like this is kind of like this is really a packed live, and I want to do another live with you, Al. To speak
We
on
have
it
a lot
more
of guests.
because, yeah, no, I have a lot of guests. It just happened to be that way tonight. But I want to do another live with just Al because I want to talk about these because I did it and also he did it, and we both did it for. I did it for out here for 6 years. He's done it for 10 years. So I think me and him I want to come on and speak with him on a live stream and just have another live with you guys, so you guys can just talk with us and we can speak with you guys and chop it up, because this is Al guy has a lot of. Let me let you talk. Al has a lot of good game for you guys.
Yeah, hey, I'd be happy to. I love your channel, of course, and you and Kay really have a lot of great content.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I started, because I was watching you guys for a while, and I said, hey,
Thank you.
I gotta send a message out to you guys just to say hi, and that I really admire what you guys are doing. And it was great to hear back from you,
Mm-hmm.
Jay,
Yeah, sure.
and I'm happy. We have a lot in common. We're both originally from NYC,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of life back there. And like, you talk a lot about the hustle, and
Yeah, yeah.
you know, I kind of have a similar background.
It was crazy because Al contacted me, right, and like I think he was surprised from how cool I am. He didn't think that I would just be his friend. Like a lot of times people contact YouTubers and they don't
Yeah.
think the person is gonna be. But I don't do it for everybody. But when he contacted me, I don't know. I said let me talk to him, and then
Yeah,
we became
I
cool.
could
Yeah,
tell your viewers. I could tell your viewers personally. Jay and Kay are great people. They're
yeah,
Thank
yeah,
really,
yeah,
you.
they're really the way they are. The way you see them on the channel, that's the way they really are in real life, guys.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
no BS.
No,
No BS.
yes.
yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Al is
Jay.
Hey,
our teacher. Yeah,
you
go
Uh
know,
ahead.
huh.
Sorry.
Jay. Also, I mean, I got my certificate to teach English online also, and then
Okay.
I just haven't done it yet because I was planning to move over there also, but with COVID and everything right now, I'm holding
Mm-hmm.
off. But also, you can make money online as a narrator,
Yeah.
uh,
right,
reading books, and you could make up
right.
to $2,000 a month doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, there's many ways to do it.
There's a lot of things to do, and guys need to be, because what happens is I'm telling you guys, and that's why I speak about these things, because you have other expats that are like, oh no, you just have to be retired, and they make it like that's the end all be all for the Philippines, and it's not true, because there's a lot of guys that are tired of dealing with the nonsense in their own countries. There's a lot of guys that are tired of going through the woman or even the opportunities there, and then they're told from expats, "Oh, you can't come here unless you're retired. Oh, you have to be like this, and you have to be," and it's like a whole crock of nonsense. That's not true. You can be retired. It's gonna be more comfortable for you. But if you're the guy like Al or like me that says, I'm gonna get it I'm gonna get it out the mud and do what I have to do to make it and be a man, you can do it. You can move to the Philippines tomorrow if it was open tomorrow. But
Yeah.
it's, but it's true. You can, if you're a guy that says, okay, I'm gonna put these plans into effect and work on it. It can happen.
Right.
It can
Right.
happen. And
Jamie, Brooks have a question for you.
yes,
What is the
yes.
website? What website is that, Jamie? I don't know if it's Jamie or for Al,
It's
but
Jimmy.
yeah, what's
I think
website
it's
is that, Jamie?
it's Preply. Preply. I think he's talking about Preply.
For the narrator,
Oh, well,
Uh
yeah,
huh.
for narrator, yeah.
I
Yeah,
think it was ACX. It's called
yeah. Ace.
ACX, and they're actually affiliated with Amazon. So if you got to try out for it, and then if an author picks you to do that, um, and they sell it on Amazon, which if it's good book, I
Mm-hmm.
mean you can either get royalties from it, or you could just get paid a one-time fee, and they go anywhere between $200 to $400, and they pay you by each hour. Like they break it down, but I mean it's a good way. It's easy way to make money. You just like I said, you got to invest in like a good mic and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's there. It's a real good. It's real good.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually heard about it from another vlogger, and she's in Indonesia right now, and
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
she teaches English online, but she also recommended it that.
And guys, before I continue, I have one more person that's waiting, and I'm not gonna leave her waiting. We have a person actually who
Just got
uh
married.
who just got married online, and her situation is a lot different than Jamie's. Her situation is the situation of when you can do it, and I want her to talk about that a little bit too, on decent situations that happen, because when it happened with her, I understood it because I watch her YouTube channel from time to time, and I've seen her go back and forth with this guy with Will for so many times, like and then I think she was heartbroken, and like I've been following her story, but of course you already know I did a video with her, but this is Vicky, exotic Filipina, and she's the other side of what
Hello.
happened to Jamie. So what's
Hello,
going
hello
on? How you doing?
everyone. Oh my gosh, I'm back.
Yes, you're back. You're back. You're back. I, I wanted to bring you on, Vicky, because in case people wanted to ask questions too, because people have questions and they can't
Hmm.
ask them in a regular video really because you can't answer it. So I brought you
That's
here so
right.
they can maybe ask you, and I'm sure you guys got questions for Jamie and even questions for Al too. So ask away, people. They're here, so get them while they're here.
That's right. Hello,
Yes.
guys. Okay, you can ask me now. For the
Actually, the question for you, sis,
Okay.
the
Okay.
question that stand up is, please tell us
Mm.
the website, the exact website if you have it, because they want to be make sure that it's the legit one. It doesn't like to,
Mm-hmm.
to be scam or
Mm.
something. So if you know the website, the exact website where you did less than $1,000 marriage.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think I'm not sure what is Jamie was using because it's the same thing. It's the Utah, and he also have the apostle from San Francisco. So I think it's the we wed, or you can do that as well. But I actually, as I said last time, I was just searching it like Utah online marriage and just go from there. But you could also
Mhm.
know if it's really legit if the person they don't ask you payment first. They will just get your information and then they will send you what you call that an email, and then you will see in the email if it's legit because there is like actually a link. I'm not sure if I can type it. Utah marriage, yes, that's it, Utah marriage at gmail.com, where they also send that email to us. So you will see in the email the deputy of Utah, and then there where
Mhm.
you file the form. So that's what he did actually. It wasn't me doing it. So
Yeah, and actually, now that I'm getting divorced, I can't even get divorced in Utah because I have to live there for like 3 months
What?
in
what?
Texas. So now
Oh
I,
my
I have
god!
to get divorced in Texas, and I don't know how that's going to work because Texas doesn't allow online marriages. So I'm like in a big dilemma right now.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but that's why I said be careful. But if you know someone for a
mm.
long time, you know,
Jamie, someone asked you earlier, is your girl find another foreigner? You said you cut your
yeah,
your your
yeah,
current wife
yeah. He's
chatting with an.
yeah,
Go ahead.
he's from the UK, and I think he's like 40 years old.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
So it was just, but it's okay. I found someone better, so I'm happy now.
Okay.
So she was a foreigner hopper.
Hmm.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, and
Mm.
I've been through this before. I dated a Thai girl, and it was the same situation. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like I should have learned my lesson, but I guess I didn't. So,
Mm-hmm. It
but
happens.
Damn.
yeah, the one web with is I found that with I don't know if y'all know the Armstrong family. They have their own vlog on
Mm.
YouTube. They're the ones that I got where they got married. They also use web.
George, exotic Filipina. George, a question for you. Hi, Vicky. My fiance told me it's possible to do online marriage in the Philippines. Have you heard about that?
So far no, because I actually before we started to process the online marriage with Wheel, first is that we started to see if it's legally for the online for the Philippines to have online marriage. They said that, you know, you need to really meet in person, this and that. So we investigated more until we went from websites to Facebook to all sites, even with the Pinterest to check if the online marriage was legal. And I've seen few vlogs actually and few things in YouTube that prove that the guy could actually visit the Filipina even without meeting her, and they
Mm-hmm.
just got married, and that one works out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we started to do it. I don't hear George that it is we have it here done in the Philippines. I think most of these people that I know and I see is really from Utah. I think it's even the only state that allowed online marriage. Actually, I'm not sure,
I think
but
New York also allows it.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think.
because
Mhm.
of COVID, they had started allowing the online marriage in certain states.
Simply Rocco has a question. So, did exotic Filipina use web wed or different site?
Web web bed or
I
different
know
site.
web bed.
I
I
think
gotta
it
say
could
this.
be it could
Yes,
be
Jay.
web.
I got
Mm.
I gotta say this though really quickly. Like somebody like Simply Rocco, if he was to marry his lady, I would give the blessing on that because he's been here, he's seen her, and he's already sure that's for him. So
Hmm.
it's a different
Mm.
situation than what happened with Jamie. He's known her for a
Exactly.
couple of years, right? Simply Rocco, and she's even came to the live stream, so
Mm-hmm.
I know for sure, and that was months ago.
Two
So I know
years
for sure.
versus 2 months. Of course, that's gonna
Yeah,
last.
exactly. It's a lot different. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot different. But
And I'm happy for them. I mean, that's great.
yeah.
You know.
Well, Jamie, the thing that happened with you, man, I can tell that you really loved her, man, from the way you're talking to us right now.
Well, yeah,
I
definitely.
can hear
I
the
did love her.
sincerity in your voice. Yeah.
Well, it just and it was hard on me, but I mean, what can you do?
Yeah.
It just didn't work.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Jay, she said yes.
Yeah. See, I live in. Oh yeah, I live in NYC, so I need to know. Oh, Jay, she said yes. So Simply Rocco, if
Wow.
he's the next one, man, I would be so excited because I know that for sure that's a good situation. See, almost 5 years. So somebody like him, and he's been back and forth to the Philippines already. So he
Mm-hmm.
knows
Mm.
for sure she's a teacher. She's ready to be a mom, you know, and it's a different situation than what happened to Jamie, but it's all right. What happened to Jamie is Jamie, he trusted his heart, and there's nothing
Mm-hmm.
wrong with that. But it
Mm-hmm.
shows you that you gotta add your head in there too.
Hmm.
You gotta add a little more of your brain in there
And
and
be
be patient
patient.
Yeah,
and be
And be very
patient.
that's
patient.
Exactly.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, I'm not auto bash you in any way, Jamie. Like it happens, man.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah.
You live and
it,
you learn.
Peter said, I feel so bad for Jamie. I wish I can treat him to lunch and have a nice combo with that guy. He seems like a
Yeah.
cool
Yeah.
dude to hang out with.
Yeah. For
yeah,
sure.
Mm.
I appreciate that. I'm in
Mhm.
Texas. Go Cowboys.
Oh no, Alan will say something. What
Yeah.
is your team,
Big
Alan?
game Monday night, I think.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but
yeah,
no.
but
Mhm.
I do think it's because also with this pandemic, like people is getting crazy. Like
Hmm.
because surely we
Yeah.
don't know when it will end, and there's people
Hmm.
that like, for example, they chatted already for quite a long time, and like they're supposed to be meeting this year and they couldn't. So even though they didn't meet because they chatted maybe let's say for 3 years, 4 years, they just wanted to meet really because it would be like if it would last more 2 years or 3 years, it would be longer to wait. So
Hmm.
I do understand others are really pursuing even though they didn't meet each other.
Mhm.
But yeah, it could be different if you meet.
Hmm.
Well,
Mhm.
It will be.
I'm gonna start my own channel, my YouTube channel with me and her, and we're gonna do our story from beginning to see what
Okay.
happens and share that with everybody too. And
But I have a
Yeah.
question for you, Jamie. Since this is what happened with your ex-wife, I mean, it's going to be your ex-wife. Are
mhm.
you going to do this with your current girlfriend in the future, just in case this pandemic is still continue until next year, or what can you say
uh,
about that?
no, we're actually gonna take our time because she's like I said, she's in Hong Kong and
Mm-hmm.
working, and she's got to be there a year. And then if this annulment is still not done, then she's gonna try to get the job in Canada, so it'll be closer for me to go see her. And
Mm.
we're gonna take our time, and she knows that I have to get an annulment and divorce and everything. So we're just gonna take that journey and see where it goes, and take our time on that because I don't want to make the same mistake.
That's right. That's great.
So and go from there.
Hmm.
And I think
So,
it wouldn't be that hard. She's from Hong Kong because maybe Hong Kong will open first before the Philippines does. So it would be easier
Well,
for you to visit her.
um,
Hmm.
well, we're planning to meet in Chinese New Year in February. I'm planning to go
Yeah.
there.
Mm.
So if it's allowed, then. So hopefully, see what happens. But I'm so happy for you because your smile. You look so happy.
Guys, let's congratulate Exotic Filipinas. You just got
Yes,
married
she
last
looks happy.
Tuesday. And please subscribe to her channel if you want to know more about getting married online. If you have some question, visit her YouTube channel and you can ask her directly, or maybe the husband and the wife will talk about it. So visit her channel,
Plus,
guys.
he's gonna be out here too, and they'll be doing content as well. Her and her husband together, so that's gonna be cool. And then Al, only thing is you need a YouTube channel too, man. With the
yeah, I gotta work. You gotta teach me that, Jay.
I got you.
You gotta teach me about all of that, but I want to.
Yeah. No, I'll help
I
you.
want to. Yeah.
So, you're gonna get a lot of subscriber because Al is really good. Actually, he teaches how to create an account in Preply. How's the process? He sent us some information just in case we started teaching, and he's really good. So, guys, if he has a channel, subscribe to get
I
more
will.
info.
I actually need. I need to
online.
get with you. Actually, I need to get with you because
Jamie,
if I could get your contact information and
hey, I'm working with some students down in Houston. Actually, speaking of the state of Texas, they're originally from Venezuela. And
really?
I do a lot of work with. There's a school down in Katy.
Okay,
Texas,
yeah.
Right next to Houston, and I'm very good friends with their owner, and most of his students are from Venezuela.
Wow. Yeah, I definitely need to get in touch with you and get a little help from you. That'd be great.
Anytime. Anytime, guys.
No, Al is when he told me about it, it's like, the day I'll tell you what happened, Al, and I need to get back to him on that too. He told me about it because at the time I needed to do it. I really needed to do it because I needed extra income because I was running away from what I'm good at, to be honest, guys. Because I've done sales for years, but I'm gonna tell you guys what happened. I'm just so good at it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not lying to you guys. I'm very good at sales, and a lot of times you run away from what you're good at. It's kind of like when Jonah, ran away from God telling him to go preach to the people in Nineveh. And then the fish followed him up. That's exactly what's been happening to me, Al. I was trying to learn. I was going to do the teaching thing. I would have been great at it, but
you still can.
Yeah, but it's not for me. That's more for like Kay. I'm more of an aggressive, go get it, hungry hunter kind of guy. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so I don't know. Sales, it drives me. Like, I get excited about it. And what happened was I jumped away from it from a year. So my insides died. When you go away from something for a while, your hunger for it dies.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, the moment that we met, and your personality, you're suited for sales, man.
That's me.
Coming from the city, and you got to have a certain personality for people who might say no all the time, and
exactly.
You know how it is.
And it's wild because in the city, when I was living in New York City, I actually sold hats, scarves, and gloves on the street. I told you guys, I tell you in my channel a bunch of times. I was the bootleg DVD man. That was me.
Oh, man, Delancey, down on Delancey Street.
Yeah, like I would go through the city, and this is the crazy thing. Let me tell you guys
back
what
in
I
the
would
day.
do. This was my whole thing I would do, right? Everybody, how everybody sits up and they sit and they have a stand, right? And they sell their DVDs and CDs and their hot scarves and gloves. So what I would do was I would be mobile. I was one of those guys. The guy that you see on the train that pulls the DVDs out and puts them on the floor? I was that guy. But I was the guy that what I would do is I would go around the city, right? And I would go on like when it was real cold. I love in the winter, I'd be outside all day because I go up to people. When you see people outside and they, in the city, you see the white boys, they have no, it's always the white boys too. They have no gloves, no hat, right? I'd catch them on the bus, on the train, walk up to them, put a scarf around their neck, start putting gloves on their hands. I would really do that. Violate people's face. They're like, that's right there. You need scarves. You need at least gloves in a scarf, man. I know you don't want to wear it on your head and mess up your hair. I'll pat the hair. I know you don't want to mess up your neck. and they would be just giving me money, and then I would go through, and then, but by the time I got from, say, if I was in Queens, by the time I got from Queens, Long Island, if I took a bus ride, I sold out already.
Yeah.
So if I went on a bus with $200, $300 worth of stuff, I'd get to Long Island, I didn't have any more stuff. And that was
You
me.
remember them old Kangol hats and all of
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was me, man. I was that guy. I was that guy. But
Thank you for the
yeah.
super chat, Mr. He said,
Yeah,
congratulations,
thanks a lot for the
Exotic
super chat.
Filipina. Sorry I missed the stream.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you, Mr.
Thanks a
Mm.
lot for the love. Thanks for the love, man. But what were you gonna say, brother?
I was
And we
gonna ask Exotic Filipina, sis, what can you suggest to these people that want to visit the Philippines? I know you said that on the video yesterday, but in the live stream, what can you say to them who wants to get married online?
I
What
think I
can you
would
say?
just
Mhm.
yeah, I think I would just say the same thing what was Kuya Jay saying. I mean, there were moments that of course online marriage could work with the people that never met, but it could also be the same as Jamie. So I would say it would be nice if you met the person, you've been with them,
Mhm.
maybe you are like each other for like 5 years and chatted every
Mm-hmm.
day, so you feel the connection. There's a love in there, but then probably you won't like the way he sings, or I don't know, the way he breathes. Maybe he snores a lot. Maybe he don't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
his gestures and he's talking to people. So
Yeah.
it could be different. Online is always like there are cases that there are things that we only want them to see online, and it could be different offline.
Hmm.
So
Mhm.
it would be better, even though let's say you're talking for many hours a day, there's still hours that you are not with them,
Mhm.
and you could be different. So I would suggest it would be better to also just not talking with that person. You have to talk also to the immediate family, or you have to know who are they with, who are their friends, what are they doing when they're not talking to you. Like, not very detective type, but be aware of the things that they're doing, like what are they working, what is their work, how did they survive, and stuff like that. I think it's very important. You have to get a hold of a person that you think is honest, that could tell you about her. I mean, there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing wrong with that, because if you especially want to develop a deep relationship with a person, so, and if you met them quite a lot of times, and especially if the person, let's say a Filipina, is there for you in your worst times. Let's say most of the people will really think like, if you are a Filipina dating a foreigner, it's really most likely it's all about money. That's all the people. It's general, and it's not very new. It is just let's say even Asian. Um, it is a very known fact, and I'm not I'm just making it up. So let's say, for example, there are Filipinas, and I know one that she only is very sweet to her online relationship if the guy is sending her money. And if the
Mm-hmm.
guy is not sending her money, he's just not treating him the love, the warmth, and stuff like that. So you have to be
Mm-hmm.
really aware as well. Like, let's say for example, you already sent her money, let's say in a monthly basis, even the small amount, and then let's say you would tell her the next 2 months you wouldn't be able to do so. Let's see how she also works with that. And if you met the girl in person and you would be telling her what you've been through, your problems, even let's say family problems or your work problems, and if she would not be down with you with what are the worst things that you experience, I think it could be also a bad sign. So yeah, even you met the person, you also have to know if they would be down for you in your good and the worst. So I think then you can decide if you wanted to pursue the marriage. But of course, we don't know what will happen in the future. But as long as you know the person so well already, and they know your best and your worst, and vice versa, I think it would be nice after you are well adjusted with each other. So yeah, for those who wanted to see their girlfriend or their Filipina and do want to do the online marriage without seeing them, I would highly recommend that you have to be really, really careful and take the risk with it. I don't know. Because if it
Mm-hmm.
was me, if I never met well, I wouldn't agree with the marriage. Yeah, that's it. That's all
Yeah.
I can say.
Yeah,
But
and as a foreigner, like as a foreigner as me, when you're talking to a Filipina, it's good to be straight with her too, because I'm not rich. I don't have a lot of
hmm
money,
hmm
you know.
Exactly.
And if they still want to be with you, they're going to be with you, because my ex right now, she actually helped me. We actually helped each other. It wasn't me just giving her; she was actually helping me when I needed help.
hmm
So I mean, so that's why I can't say anything bad about her about that part, because I mean, I would offer and then she would offer to help me if I needed the help. I mean, so
Mm.
so so you just got to be honest with who you're talking to.
Yeah.
hmm Yeah.
I think that's very important. Yeah, you have to be really transparent to the Filipina who you are, because we cannot also get out the fact that there are also foreigners that are trying to
Hmm.
get the Filipina by telling them how much they could get from their salary, and I got a lot of those.
Mm.
I get a
See
lot of
that?
those.
You see, and that's what I gotta hold on. I gotta talk. I gotta say this. I gotta say this. That's what I speak about. Like what happens is you have some guys that do that, and then they create monsters. Exotic Filipino. I spoke about that actually tonight. I'm gonna ruin my surprise, but it's tonight. I had a video coming soon, but I speak about it, and I'm gonna have to add this in there where guys do that, and what happens is they create monsters. So a lot
Hmm.
of guys, they're just giving, and they're just thinking, oh no, it's cheaper to give a Filipina because it is, and even giving sometimes that $20-$40 on a continuous basis is too much because they get used to it. And Exotic Filipina spoke on it. She said, if you're giving you may think 40 a week is nothing, but then you're giving it to every week and then you stop it. That's a test. She pretty much told you guys a test you can do, to see if a
Hmm.
woman's really for you, you know, say, okay, you know what? Because if she's really for you, a lot of times true Filipinas are going to, Filipino pride is real. Filipino
Mhm.
pride is real. I made videos about it. Actually, I made a video and I said Filipinos don't want your money. And what happened was some guys have went over your head. You didn't really get it. But you didn't
Mhm.
get it because you don't understand. Because I'm here in the Philippines. Al's here. He knows. Exotic
Mhm.
Filipino knows. Kay knows.
Mhm.
True Filipinas, they look
Doesn't
at you
like
like
your
you're
money.
crazy. They don't want your money. They don't.
Filipino
They
are
look
very
at you.
hardworking. Mm.
Filipino pride is real, and
Mhm.
that's why Filipinos are so happy. Like it's real when you see Filipinos happy. Like, and I spoke about it in the video that's coming up. Filipinos have, it's one of the low countries for depression because they get over stuff. They don't.
Mm.
Filipino pride. It's in the
Mhm.
pride to get over things. They don't hold on to things. It's good and bad in certain cases to where like even me and Al talks about it. So we have some
Mhm.
Filipinos that don't. How can I say? They don't handle things the same way as in the U.S. But for that same reason, in a weird way, that's why they let things go. But still, it's kind of hard to hold a lot of Filipinos to their word for that reason.
Mhm.
But still,
J-
they don't hold things
Yeah.
to heart. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to shout out to Ames, shout out. And also, guys, if you have a Filipina who need to speak English, please contact Al. Al is a good
Contact Al.
teacher.
Yeah.
Al, please tell us what is your Facebook page. So those
Yes.
foreigner,
Drop the link. Or Ames, drop the
yeah.
link.
Can you
Thank
tell
you,
us something
guys.
about your
We'll
FF
do.
page? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. I'm on Facebook. I just started a page, guys, and
Mm-hmm.
it's called Let's Talk English.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope
Mm,
everyone might. I'm not sure. Hopefully, everyone could be able to find it in the search bar.
I will search it. Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
if not, please let me know, and I could also send over an email address. But I was thinking it might be wonderful for many expats and foreigners who are in relationships with Pinays, and they might want to help their partner improve their English skills.
Mm-hmm.
So certainly that might be something to consider,
Mm-hmm.
and and I'd be happy to help to do that. And in many cases, if you're planning to possibly bring over your partner to the States or to Europe or somewhere else, and you might be more interested in having them perfect their English skills. So that's something that I think might be of interest to some people here on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
And if it is, please feel free to contact me, and I'd be happy to provide more details on that.
Al, what's the name of your Facebook page again? So I will try to,
Uh,
to share it. Mm-hmm.
Let's talk English.
Let's talk English.
And
Let's
I
talk
hope,
English.
hopefully, it will come up. If it's new, or if not, but I could also send over an email.
Yeah,
Send it to
send it to
me.
me. I'll send it to me, or see if you
Yeah.
can send it to me. If you send it to me now, I can post it now.
Send it to us in Hangout.
Yeah,
Jay
hang
and
on.
I will-
Yeah.
I turned it off, but I'll turn it back on.
Oh no, here in the other room, because I'll send it in the
Okay,
waiting.
okay.
Because Exotic Filipino want to know about it also. Exotic Filipino
Sure.
try to create in Preply the account for Preply, and
Yeah, contact K too. Contact K. Well,
I
you
will
have our
send you
email.
the intro.
Yeah, we're gonna send
Sure.
you our video we did. Exotic
Even for
Filipino, if you
anyone
wanna
who'd like
be
to
part of it,
improve
yeah.
their English skills,
Mhm.
of course.
Well, no, Exotic
And
Filipino could teach English too.
oh
I was
yeah,
I was teaching before in a Kazakh.
sure.
Okay.
Ah,
And also,
Yeah,
hey, I'd be happy to offer any advice
yeah.
for those
Yes,
that
that would
might
be
also want
cool.
to get into teaching.
I wanted to
mhm.
go back to
As well,
teaching.
yeah, I've been doing this for yeah, over at least 7 years now.
Wow.
And
I need help learning how to speak Tagalog. So
Jay,
anybody knows how to
Well,
teach us
actually,
that.
oh, I
go to
think
K. Go to K for
Kay's
that.
the person.
Go to K. Yeah, no, K really, no, K's really. I'll tell you guys this. K, if anybody wants to learn Tagalog, K doesn't have a sessions ready at her times, but you can book with K. K's only going to be charging $10 an hour for anybody that wants to learn Tagalog. Okay.
You're
Woo!
hired. You're hired.
Yeah.
There we go.
She's gonna have it in sessions, like, and Al, tell him like how you set it up too, because K's gonna do it the same way. What he does is he books it in sessions. So say if someone books a lesson with him, they'll book 5 in a row. Okay, he'll set it to where they book 5 in a row, to where say if 5 in a row is $100, you got a definite $100.
Mhm.
Or if 10 in a row, maybe 200, for instance, then they book 10, or they can book a month, or 2 months in a row. And some people have the money for that. Some people really want to learn, they're aggressive
Right.
about learning English. So teaching English is great. And the funny thing with him is he gets pretty much US pay for it. Like that's the rates he's charging. So he's charging rates like he's in the US. Yeah.
I suggest, Al, if you have this Facebook page already, I suggest you to put a Facebook ads, so that people, if you are already doing this in your page, like you getting some students from there, just Facebook ads. It's only $5. How much is that day? $5, and the ads will run
Both.
all throughout for five days on
Yeah.
all over the Philippines, or if you
Yeah,
can choose the
Al, you gotta do
location.
that, man. It's so
Yeah,
cheap.
that was something.
Market on the Philippines. You're marketing the Philippines, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and also setting up my website. So that's
Yeah.
that's in the works. Are you guys able to find it, Kay, or not?
I
Not yet.
cannot find. Maybe how do you spell exactly? Because Facebook has a lot
I'm
of
not sure
names.
if it yet, because they said allow a few days. Just let's talk English with the
Is that let's apostrophe S, that LET
yes, with the apostrophe S.
talk English, but it doesn't show anything like it shows something, but it's a video. I don't know what's happened with my result.
Oh, okay.
Let me see this one. This is not you.
No, that's not me. Yeah.
That's why it's let's talk English, but it's you need to make it like a little bit unique, but I don't know. Let me see. I'll try to see it right now. Pages. Let me see.
Yeah, pages. That's when you're gonna find
Yeah,
it.
I didn't think I put any restrictions on it, but they did say to allow a few days for it to possibly come up in searches.
Yeah.
How many likes do you have right now? Because there's a lot of Let's Talk English now. How many likes do you have so far?
I just started. So not that many yet.
Well, Prince, as he Okafor, if you sent me an email a while ago about the online program, I'm going to contact you very soon, because I'm putting this together as far as the sales team. Also, I'm going to start giving online lessons to where people can book with me. Like I'll do teaching 30 at a time and do it live, but not on a live stream like this. Like I'll do it to where I speak with you guys, or I'll speak with like 30, 40 people at a time, and I'll train you, and we'll go through the lessons. So that's what I'm going to start doing it soon. So yeah, I'll be contacting you soon, Prince Ezzy Okafor. If you want to be right in front of my eyes, contact me, theblackfilipino@gmail.com, and I'm going to go over the Upwork stuff soon. But I'm definitely developing my sales team where I'm gonna have an agency with sales guys that are killers and ready to make some money, because really I'm gonna be getting some contracts in, and these contracts I'm actually gonna get in a lot of commission only contracts. I know that a lot of you guys wouldn't do it, but I'm telling you, with the way I'm doing it, the way I'm doing things right now, commission only is gonna be best. And I wanna take the opportunity to show some of you guys, because I'm gonna, because for the other contracts, there's gonna be a fee behind it. But for people that want to come on and do commission only, they can just come in and get training. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. They can come in and get training for free and get it out the mud, and we get going right away. So I'm gonna work on contracts like that, and I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna do it with people live. I want to do it and get the sales live, and people to see me doing it live. Right? I used to do that all the time. That's how I used to train people. Like the best way to train is not to say, "Oh, go do this and go say that." I would get on the phone and make the calls and make the sales, and people see me do it right then and there. And they would say, "Oh," then they would go do it and repeat it. Yeah.
Richard, you're talking about me? Guys, you're so lucky if I'm a foreigner. If I'm a native speaker, I'm sure I already have a job that giving me a bunch of, hourly rate, because Filipino, they only pay $3, $5. But if you're a
Yeah.
go-getter, go join the agency. Wow. Sales.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, actually, I've seen Filipinas actually in the Philippines get like $15-$16 an hour on Upwork. Yeah.
Yeah, there are some. That's
Yeah,
why
there are
they could
some. Yeah.
just.
Jamie
Yeah.
Joyce having a question to me for me. He said, it is wrong that he has to get divorced in both USA and Philippines. The Philippines will honor a USA divorce, and you have to just file a petition to recognize that costs about 2,000. And then he said again, there's another one he said here. But the foreigner has to be the one who filed the USA divorce. Can you say something about? Did you do a research about it already?
Well, yeah. What I have to do is file a divorce here,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have to file a petition with the lawyer in the Philippines. But it's timely. It's not going to happen right away, and I have to pay the lawyer fees
Mm-hmm.
and the, I guess, court costs there. I'm not sure how it works there, but I'm actually going to talk to an attorney tonight about it. But if it was that simple, I would do it. I mean, if he's done it before, please let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I don't have to get an annulment there, but if I ever want to marry a
Mm-hmm.
Filipina, I'm going to have to.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
So
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. I hope it answered your question. Al, I have a suggestion for you to get more likes on your Facebook page. This is what we're doing.
Ah,
Since you're familiar with Preply, or maybe you can make a video or edit make a video you talking, or edit like a post or something about learning English or teaching English or
Mm-hmm.
something, and then post it and put it as an ad. Whoever likes it, ask them to like your page. That's what we're doing, like
right.
Mm-hmm.
invite them to like your page. That's the best other way for you to get more
Well,
followers
I'll have
and
the inside
likers
scoop.
on your
He has me
Facebook
writing
page.
hangouts. I'll have
Yeah.
me writing hangouts. I'll be just typing them back and forth. I'll do this, do that, do that. Yeah. He's gonna be
Thank you
good.
guys
Good
for
stuff,
the
man.
suggestion. Yeah, hey, on the videos and the editing,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm a novice on that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I
I'm,
got you, man. I got you.
all right,
I
I'm
got you.
trying
Because
to.
no, for sure. Because you know what it is. When you making a move to the Philippines and places like that, people they want people that they know. You see what I'm saying? Or they want to know that there's opportunity, but there's not really any opportunity in the Philippines for foreigners like that. You know, you can make some, but usually you would have to, like, there's a lot of guys here. I know there was American here. that's worked in call centers, and there's Americans that came here and were managers at call centers. But even a manager at a call center, they were still only making 50,000 pesos a year, which is not enough.
A year?
I mean,
50,000?
no, a month. That's
Jason.
still not enough. 50,000 pesos a month. I'm not, my boy over here, right next to me on this side here, making like 150,000 pesos a month. And I'm not trying to have people hunting you down, bro. But no, I'm saying it's just real. It's just facts, and I'm making around the same thing, a little bit more. So, you gotta
and
think
you're
about that.
happy, and you're happy, and
Yeah,
you're in a place where you want to be, like paradise, you know.
exactly. I
Yeah.
mean, you're in the place you want to be. So, guys, it's possible. He's been doing it even longer than me. I've been doing it for 6 years. He's been doing it for like 7 years, right? 10 years.
Yeah,
Eight
well, about
years.
8 years or so. Yeah, but I'm doing a
So,
couple of other
Wow.
things here too,
yeah.
as
Mm-hmm.
well. So, you
And
know,
for the Al. So I don't want you to talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about mine. See, it's more than just what we're talking about now. That's just the main things to have to make sure you're good. Then you get here and there's other things to do on top of that.
right.
Like you get out here, Shopee stores and other business ideas. Like the Philippines is wide open, and
Mm.
a lot of
Businesswoman,
guys,
exotic
a lot of
Filipina.
guys get taught. You hear it from other expat channels. Oh no, you don't do business in the Philippines. And, oh no, you can't,
The
and it'll
the,
have you
the main
scared.
the
Yeah,
main thing I would suggest, guys, is as you've pointed out, Jay, is
yeah,
you kind of have to get out here and spend some time out here.
exactly.
Mm.
Spend some time out here, get the lay of the land, as they
Yep.
say,
Then make
and
your moves.
even when it comes to relationships.
Yep.
So if you're in a
Same thing.
relationship with a certainly with a Filipina, and I know it can be a little bit difficult now because of the
Hmm.
pandemic and a lot of these restrictions, but hopefully in the months to come things might open up again, and when that time comes, I really think it's a good idea to try to spend as much time as you can out here
Mm-hmm.
if
Hmm.
you're serious about a relationship with anyone, because that's the best way to really get to know somebody
Yep.
Exactly.
Exactly.
and avoid any problems that might come up later. So
Yep. Good advice, Al. Good advice, man. But no, it's real. I'm happy that Al was able to come on. I remember last time I spoke with Al, I said, Al, could you tell me more about what you're doing to make a video on it, right? And then I never made a video on it. I'm happy I didn't, because now he's gonna make a video for himself. I was gonna make a video for like explaining what it is, but I can't explain it as good as he can. So
Mm-hmm.
now he can make his own video,
Did
Yeah.
I did I- did I
and you
did I
guys can
hear
see his own
earlier?
video.
Did I hear earlier that he was shy?
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
uh,
think he's
he, a
shy.
did it
little
come
bit. No,
across
he's not.
like that?
He's not shy. He's not shy. But no, he's Al is outspoken, but still he's a cool guy. Don't like to be too much in the public. Some people are like that. He's from
Yeah.
New York.
Mm.
A lot of New
This,
Yorkers that are like
I,
that.
I,
They don't want to be.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's been I just kind of getting rid of that New York thing for a while,
yeah. I know.
but one of the other things you were talking about is again, I think one of the nice things, guys, about coming out here to the Philippines. I think the number
Hmm.
one thing that most people will notice, even as a visitor,
Hmm.
is really
Mm-hmm.
the warmth and the care of the Filipino people.
Hmm.
Mm.
So I really think that's, you always hear that in a lot of comments from
The
expats and from
hospitality.
foreigners, the hospitality.
I gotta
Yeah.
say this. Wait, before you keep going, I gotta say this. Al is responsible for at least 10 videos on my channel. Think about that. No, I'm serious, guys. Al, let me
That was our
Al
secret.
is responsible for at least 10 videos on my channel. That's facts. That's facts.
Nice.
Oh.
This was talking back and forth. Like for instance, I'll let you guys know when I made the video about the way things are done in the Philippines with business, and how a lot of times a lot of Filipinos don't value money the same way. That actually came from me and Al talking back and forth, you know, and he's been good like that to where it's good to have people that are here. See, the thing is, you can't get along with too many expats. To be honest with you, you can't really talk to none of them. But that's why when Al contacted me, and I said, okay, he's from New York too. I said, okay, and then we just be connected, and then it was just all smooth. And he helped me with ideas. We kind of think alike, you know. We kind of think alike.
That's a really good point, Jay, because there are many different types of expats that come out here.
Exactly.
You don't want to be that guy, right?
Exactly.
You don't want to be that guy, the guy that kind of has that attitude that you're superior and
exactly.
And I've seen that, and that's when I was there.
Exactly, Jamie. Right? You just because if we're in a position where we have a little bit of money, but that doesn't mean anything in the long run.
But to me, when I first went there, it was an eye opener for me because the way the people live and versus here, and the children are happy playing with any little thing, and here if they don't have an Xbox or a PlayStation, they're mad,
Right.
And a simple life there is better than a complicated life here. I'll take that any day. Any day.
So and again, I really think, just from my own observation over the years, I really think the number one thing again that draws people here is the hospitality of most of them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They that's what brings them. At first, maybe if you're visiting the Philippines for the first time, you might not have that in your mind. But when you come over here for a while, and it hits you almost right away. And
definitely.
If you enter into a relationship, especially with a woman, I mean, in nearly all cases, you're really going to see the difference.
Yes, and you have to have a lot of patience too when you're there, because it's nothing like here.
Yeah,
people are getting angry because you have to wait in line. Over there, everybody's patient.
We had that. Jay had that video.
Yep.
You gotta slow your roll a little bit,
Yeah. A lot.
Over here, I mean, brownouts and problems. The water's not always the best. I could go on and on, right?
I was trying to kind of prepare my husband for that, because as I observed when he was here, he was not patient. The first time he came here, he had the 1,000 peso bill, and then he gave it to the conductor of the bus, and the conductor said, "Oh, sir, we didn't have change for that." And of course, he only had that because he just got it from the bank. So he had to wait another 3 hours before he got the change. And then he had to take tricycle going to the hotel because he never had a bike yet. And then 100 pesos. "Oh, sir, I never had a change for that." I'm just like, oh my God, it is. And he was getting aggravated already. I'm just like, oh, this is the Philippines.
You know what, guys? It's really better to keep a low profile over here. If you're living over here for a while and you're a foreigner or an expat, it's really better to keep a low profile.
It is,
and it's a lot of the things that would upset you, and possibly get in confrontations with people about. It's not worth it.
It's not.
I can tell you, it's not worth it. You can
and that's what I said in videos. It'll get you killed.
They get you, and
you'll be one of the foreigners that it happens. Foreigners get killed.
You're exposing yourself.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. That's another thing about just kind of adjusting your attitude and your personality a little bit. And like I said, you don't want to be that guy.
Exactly.
You don't want to be that guy. So that's a little tip, and
it's funny. It is funny because I'm happy that you're here, because I finally get off my chest. And I'm not even like trying to big Al up like that, but me and Al really speak, and we speak about video ideas and stuff. Al is already like a YouTuber. He just did himself out there.
We're waiting.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Yeah,
I really think you would be good at it too. I mean, I really think.
Yeah.
No, he's good at explaining things.
Yeah.
Just like me, he has that same gift. Like, it's sometimes some people can't explain things. They explain it, and it's like you don't want to hear it anymore. But the way he explains it, It's like you can see it. He explains it and you can visualize it. Yeah.
Mm.
But
Mhm.
hey, I'm happy to be here, guys, and
Yeah.
certainly to if I could add any content to and any advice I could give, I'm definitely here for that.
Hmm.
Pinay Forever asking, where is Al from? Introduce yourself. I'm just kidding. From, Al is from the Philippines. Go ahead, Al.
Well, I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York,
Mm-hmm.
born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, and I lived there until I finished my college years, and then I moved to LA, and I lived out near LA for an, another 15 or so years.
Mm-hmm.
So New York and LA have been pretty much where I've lived in the states. Um, of course, I've visited nearly all of the states, but I lived in the states primarily, and I would come back to the Philippines only on occasion to visit my parents at the time,
Mm-hmm.
or some of my other relatives. But
Hmm.
really, my life was in the states.
All right. Pinay Forever is from New York. I mean, she's a Filipina. She's living in New York right now. So he's a Filipino. Pinay Forever. She was in the last as a Filipina. And George telling to Jamie, Jamie, speak with Texas Filipino. He already commented about the divorce thing earlier. I don't know who's Texas Filipino he's talking about, but
Texas
uh,
Filipino.
that's the name of the channel. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what he said.
He has a home here and a home in the Philippines, and he just built a big house. But he's been married with his Filipino wife for quite a while,
Mm,
and
okay.
it's a good channel to check out too. Texas Filipino. He's excellent. He's a hard worker, very good to her family. So I'd suggest checking that out.
All
Original
right.
New Yorker. Sorry. Go
All
ahead,
right,
sis.
Hmm.
guys. Thank
All
you
right,
for having
Vicky.
me here, Kuya Jay. Thank you, everyone. Nice to meet you. My
Nice to
husband
meet
Thank
you.
needs
you.
me, so
All
I
right.
need to
Thank,
go.
thank you. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
Bye-bye,
joining
stopping
us.
all.
Bye
by.
bye.
And thank you for all those who check out my channel. That's highly appreciated, guys.
No
See you
problem. You
next
got it.
time.
All right, bye. Yeah. And so Abby said there's a YouTuber did that online marriage. I guess you start from there and ask about situation. It may help Jamie, but I mean,
I
Jamie's
don't,
situation, it was just unfortunate. Go ahead, Jamie.
yeah, I don't want anyone to feel sad or sorry for me because
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
just a lesson that I learned, and it's
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
just going to help me out later and later with and but it happens, and I just want to make sure everybody's aware. You got it's ex- if you don't make the relationship work out, you got to face divorce here and getting it done over there, and just make sure that you really know each other before y'all actually do the online wedding.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And yeah, guys, everybody, thanks for coming because this actually was a jam-packed live stream. I'm
I
happy.
know.
I didn't know. I didn't plan it. I actually didn't plan it for it to be this way. It's just I was talking with Al before the live stream, and then Jamie actually commented on a video, and I contacted him and had him come on the live stream. Actually, it was only going to be Exotic Filipina. She was the only one scheduled to come with me on the live today. But sometimes things just happen like that. I said, let me just bring it all in at once. And then Al was like split second decision right here and
Yeah,
now. Al said, "Oh, hey, I'm doing a challenge. I said, oh, come in." And he
that
said,
was.
Yeah,
I'm coming.
I turned it on and I saw y'all talking about teaching English online, and I was like, am I on the right?
But we can talk. Hey, I can talk about anything.
Yeah. And
Certainly,
thanks, guys.
experiences here
Everybody
in the
hit the
Philippines
like
too.
button. If you enjoyed the show as well, guys, don't forget the super chat. I mean, I don't, of course I got to work, but I don't receive a retirement check. I'm not just getting money handed to me. I would appreciate it. And also, thanks a lot, Mr. for super chats. That's all. Just letting you guys know. But anyway, if anybody wants to contact Al, his, I do give your
Yeah,
phone
I
number,
think
right?
I had put my email address and
Okay.
my WhatsApp number
Okay.
Mhm.
in the
Actually,
So,
Al, I
in the chat.
accept. I have a mistake when you invite me to my Facebook. I mean, you invite using your page to invite me. The
Yeah.
problem is I accepted, but I wasn't able to check the page. So I'm trying to find it on my phone so I can
Oh.
share it. I cannot find it right now because I don't know how to check page on my Facebook, the one that I like already. So I'm gonna
Oh.
see
Okay.
so I can share it. But anyway.
Yeah. Hey, we can talk certainly again offline.
Mm.
Go ahead, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
And
hey, thank you guys again.
thanks a lot for the super chat, Simply Rocco. Thanks a lot for that. But yeah, thank you for coming on, Al. Guys, the thing is, this guy, he makes. I'm not telling you guys that he lies. He really makes this money. I'm really making this money. It's possible.
It
It's
is.
possible. Okay. If you're a guy who's not retired, nowhere near retirement age, you can come out here and make it in the Philippines. I'm doing it. He's doing it. And it's not from any retirement checks. You know, I don't have any retirement checks coming by the time retirement may not be around by the time I get older. I have to make other investments, you know, to make that happen. As far as it could be stock market, it could be, many different things. Okay, Bitcoin. I'm looking at everything as opportunities to have some money laid away for later. You know, because I can't do like how my parents did. You know, I'll be honest with you guys. The way my family came up, I've seen. Thanks a lot for that, Cliff and Rue. I've seen my pops. He didn't plan for the next day.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't plan for the next. He doesn't plan for next month. Yes, I am familiar with affiliate marketing. Um, Lee Smith's comment. Oh, there it goes. I am familiar, but no, my father, my mother, they didn't plan for the future. So what happened is when I didn't start becoming responsible because I grew up under that tutelage. You know, I didn't really become responsible until I was close to 30 years old. And then I realized most men aren't really responsible until they hit close to 30 years old. But until I got older and I got in my 20s, that's when I started becoming more responsible and started looking at, okay, you know what, I need to make some plans for my life outside of a job. And then I really felt it because I was working for a company and you guys know it because in the US right now, people are getting fired. They're getting fired for, you know, for not getting the shot. If they don't get the vaccine, then they're getting fired. And the same thing is going to start, may start happening in the Philippines. Actually, it does happen in the Philippines too. You know, in order to work at certain jobs, you got to get vaccinated. If a person wants to be a Grab driver, they have to get vaccinated. Even it's like it's all over the world. And you know, fortunately, what Al's doing and what I'm doing, that's not the case. You understand? Because we're behind a computer, we're at home. And the same thing even with Cliff and Rule. He's the same way. Cliff is actually gonna be a what do you call it? A therapist. He's a therapist and he's gonna move to the Philippines. He's gonna be working online too. So there's
Cliff and
people.
Rue, are y'all seeing
Cliff
this?
and Rule.
I love your
Okay, yeah,
show. I'm sorry, I had
yeah.
to put it in there. I love the
So
show.
yeah, Cliff is gonna be the same way. And it's funny. Um, I didn't even I didn't even think about this for years that I should have looked at internet service. And then I looked at something the other day. Me and Kay are going to contact SpaceX. Okay, and I want to get really
They want to
stick
be a
my nose
dealer.
into that. Yeah, I
Dealer.
want to be a dealer. I do want to be. Yes, I do want to be a dealer with SpaceX. That's my goal. I'm
Mhm.
contacting them and I'm trying to find out who I can speak with that can point me in the right direction. How much I want to know how much I gotta pay. If I gotta pay 1,000,000 pesos, so be it. I gotta pay it because I want to be a dealer of SpaceX. You know, and I want to make sure I have that internet service because if I can get that satellite internet service from Elon Musk, you know, I know for sure I can tell guys, go to the province. I got you. You know, my team is gonna set it up for you. You can have internet in the province. You'll get this speed and you'll be good to go. And I know
Mhm.
from there I'll be able to sell that service like hotcakes. If you guys understand what I'm saying, thanks a lot for that, Todd Sellers. I would
Nice
love
to
to
see
have
you
that
here.
set up and have guys come to the Philippines and be able to join. You see what I'm saying, guys? So I have to look for those opportunities, you know, and find out what I have to do to make things happen. Or even
Hmm.
find if that doesn't happen, maybe even find another satellite company and say, hey, you know what? I want to speak with you about this, and I want to speak with you on ways we can make these packages a little bit cheaper if we're moving more people. If we get more people installed, of course you can make it cheaper, and that can be done from guys like us, you know. we have to look at these opportunities while we're in the Philippines and think bigger than just, oh, the sorry store and this and that.
Oh,
Yeah, guys, we got to think bigger than that.
Supermarket, guys, not
Yeah,
sari store.
yeah, supermarket. We got to think like that, because times are changing and you got to be different, and it's going to be a day where there is no retirement anymore. What's going to happen when the market crashes and everything and retirement stops? That means all the people living here now is going to be stuck. They're all going to be stuck unless they got a home here and they got stuff situated where they got food coming in the farm. If they don't have that, all these expats are going to be crying. You're going to see videos, oh, man, I need help, and it's going to be bad situations out here. So, the world is changing, guys. The world is changing, and it's coming to a time where, you know what? We got to be prepared, and we got to think bigger than we thought in the past. We got to think, okay, how are we going to help each other rise up and, not think small-minded, because a lot of times it happens like it was crazy because it was months ago, right? I was speaking to Al. What did I say? I said, it's coming a time where I said, Al, I can't rely on YouTube yet. And even if I did, guys, it's not enough.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not enough
at all.
Right. I can live off the YouTube. I can go hard on YouTube and make videos 2-3 times a day and
Thanks for the
easily
super
make
chat.
$2,000. It's still not enough. I would still
Chas.
need to work, and because it's not enough, I need more. And we got to think like that. So that's it, guys. Enough for me.
No, I like it because I learn a lot from you. I watch your videos,
Yeah.
and it's very. It's great that you do this
Mm-hmm.
and help other.
Exactly. And I have to, and I want to do more. And Lee Smith, I want to start doing that too. Talk about the stocks, forex, crypto, all of that. I'm not really into that. I gotta get into it more so I can learn. I'm the kind of guy where if I learn something, I'm going to figure it out. That's just how I am. So I need to learn it more. I need to learn compound interest and all of that stuff. I need to learn how the big boys invest their money. I need to start following what's his name? What do you call him? The guy that's up there with Bill Gates. How these guys invest and start following their trail. Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
I need to start following these guys' paper trail because the paper trail is out there and there's certain people that follow it. I need to start following that paper trail because it's unstoppable. These guys never lose. So we got to learn that. Okay, I want to follow what these guys are doing, I want to learn that, and I want to start bringing that in. But I think I'm gonna actually start a Patreon. I'm gonna start a Patreon because the YouTube member thing is not enough, and I'm not thinking about the money. I'm thinking about how I can really make it a community, and that would be a Patreon. So I'm gonna start a Patreon. I'm gonna have a community there where like-minded guys meet and discuss things, and we come together and use our minds. And I want to do a meeting of the minds Patreon. Have me in there, people like Al, even Jamie. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Have a bunch of guys in there that are thinkers and that have goals in mind, okay, and not just thinking on living off retirement, because that's not going to make it. That's pretty soon this stuff is going to all end. We got a plan. We got to plan around this stuff. And K, you're out, K.
she's tired.
Just the guys now.
Yeah, Sipiak
She
said,
she is.
well said, Jay. I have a husband who came from in a poor country like mine. Yeah, and it happens all the time. Like Simply Atkins and her husband, right? They're out there. He's from Haiti. She's from the Philippines. Both countries are kind of similar, but it takes people like that to go to the U.S. to have it figured out because they're there and they see the opportunity and they know, okay, you know what? We're going to take advantage of us being here because a lot of people don't, Al. You already know. I've grown up with people and everybody I know, not everybody, but mostly almost everybody I know have no idea. They know what's happening in the world, but they're not planning for anything. I got to call my pops today and, he wants money, but he doesn't really know how to plan his checkbook yet. I'm being real. And he never was able to teach me that, He wasn't able to teach me, put something away for a rainy. He taught me that, put something away for a rainy day, but he wasn't into investments. I didn't learn that from him. So I never really was into it. It's like, oh, that's like the devil. That's how it is to a lot of people. I grew up around people like that. Oh, that's like the devil. Oh, you know, oh, that's money. That's the root of all evil. Like that's how guys look at it who are not into it. And it's time to get into it
Mm-hmm.
and be into that stuff and be secure
I
and
want to
know.
thank you to Todd Sellers and Chaz and also Simpler Rocco and Cliff and Rue for the super chat and Mister. Thank you guys for the super chat. I'm happy to see Todd Sellers, sir. Todd is always in the comment
Yeah,
section
he
of
is.
most
My
of the
man Todd.
videos of Jay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And someone said here that thank you for sharing your story, Jamie, from Brian Nichols. Nichols? I don't
Welcome.
know how. Thank you for sharing your story. And Pinay Forever, the story of Jamie is he got married online. He went to the Philippines, but when he went back to the US, they ended up separated and they're planning to divorce now. So
Hmm.
very quick, like how many months is that? Like like five within the matter of 5 months only? Like
When
the
what?
whole thing happening, like you met the
Oh,
girl, you go back. Mhm.
12 months, a year.
Oh, it's almost a year.
Yeah,
Okay, I thought it's
we would have been married a year in this December. We dated for 2 months. We talked for 2 months before we married in December, and then
okay.
this October would have been 10 months that we would have been married.
When did you return to the US?
I went to the Philippines in February, at the end of February, and I
Mm-hmm.
came back in the beginning of May.
Ah, okay, all right. And then get separated. I mean,
We just got
you.
separated like 2.5 weeks ago.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I didn't
Okay.
cry too much. I found me another Filipina, and
Yeah.
she's awesome. So, but yeah,
Mm.
but everything worked. Like I said, God has a plan for everything.
He sure
Yeah.
does. Yep.
Pinay Forever said, "Sorry to hear that, Jamie. You will be fine. I'm sure of that." Yeah.
Hmm.
Thank you.
He find another Filipina already.
Yeah.
Pinoy forever from Hong Kong. So OFW are
Yeah.
hardworking. I'm sure she's gonna be the one. I'm not saying
Yeah.
everybody, but
Yeah,
OFW is always hardworking, and they're not gonna find another one too,
yeah.
another foreigner. As long as
I
you have a good relationship. Yeah. Go ahead.
Hmm.
I was gonna ask Jamie if Jamie, were you planning to live out here in the Philippines, or were you going to still be back in the States?
Well, actually, I wanted to move to the Philippines. She wanted to be here, so she wanted to work here. But I actually plan to move to the Philippines here pretty soon.
Yeah, I was about to say, my suggestion to you is to think about moving out here.
Yeah, and
And
that's my plan. And she
um,
has a year left in her contract, and it's just
right,
the I'm trying to figure out all this divorce and annulment, get it
right, right.
and do
I'm sure
everything the right way.
you'll get it worked out, but
Yeah,
I think you'd all things considered, you'd be in a better position here.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's Ilocano. That's how you say it.
Okay, from what part?
Just
Ilocana.
a little up north from Baguio City.
Up north. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
from Baguio City. So,
Yeah.
What's
but
the age difference this time?
oh, she's 29. I'm
Oh,
49.
okay. All right. There's 20 years, right? The girl is
Yeah,
30, right? The wife.
she's the one that I'm getting divorced. She's 33, but the one I'm currently speaking with, she's 29, and she's gonna turn 30 in November. But she has children, so
Okay. This one is no children, the one in Hong Kong?
no, she has children.
Ah, she has children too. Okay.
Yeah, and which that's fine with me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, hopefully I can move out there here soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Once everything gets settled, and maybe in the new year.
I'm still married, so I'm allowed to go to the Philippines.
Yeah, yeah, there we go.
Go, come back now before the divorce.
Hey man, yeah.
I can sneak
Enjoy
it in.
yourself.
Yeah,
That's right.
Enjoy yourself, man. I would definitely. That's the thing. Like, say you like, oh, you want to come out here and just hang out and just go to some islands,
Mm,
and not have to
yeah,
worry about nothing. You just come right in.
yeah.
She's
Because
Pinay. Yeah,
Oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
No. Go ahead. Go
Uh,
ahead. Sorry.
no, I said I don't party anymore, so that doesn't bother to me. I just like to enjoy the outdoors,
Yeah, that's
so I'm
good,
not
man.
worried about spending a lot of money.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I,
Me, I've been so far removed from partying. I think I would die. Like, come on.
Jay and I is happy just buying grocery, guys. Jay is like, oh, we're gonna go outside to buy grocery.
Yeah.
That's all we're doing every
you
time.
got a you got a good guy, Kay.
Yeah.
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 Pinay Forever said, she messaged me and she said, sis, I know someone from Aklan who is looking for a BF. I don't know if she want me to share this. She
You,
is never been married, but with two grown up kids.
you know what? You know what? Actually, Panay Forever. I'll tell you guys what I did in the street today. I'm gonna ruin it because I actually was in the street today, right? And I was talking to Filipinas, and and my whole thing was I'm I'm a dating. I said, what did I say, Kay? I said I'm a matchmaker. I said I'm a matchmaker, right? I said I'm a matchmaker, and I'm gonna set you up with a foreigner. So what I'm gonna start doing, actually, guys, that's what I gotta say. I'm done talking.
I see you doing that in some of your
Well, no,
earlier streams.
yeah,
Jay.
it's gonna go up a lot
Yeah.
more. Yeah, it's gonna go up a lot more. The content is gonna get a little not. It's still gonna be, what can I say, PG-13,
Yeah.
but it's gonna get a lot. It's gonna get very interesting. I'm gonna start doing that. Yeah.
I think there's a need for a dating site where it's really filtered out with matchmaking, because not like
Hmm.
Filipino Cupid, there's a lot of scammers
No.
on both
Oh,
sides. Both
it's like
sides.
Yeah, I
nine.
know.
It's like 90%.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I think if there was a site that filtered out all the bad people,
Yeah, I think
that would
I
be
think it
great.
needs to be controlled, like you said, by a matchmaker.
Hmm.
Right.
Meaning everything goes to the person. The
Hmm.
person has to be so dedicated to speaking with everybody, or they have a bunch
Yeah.
of matchmakers running the site.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where guys like us can come in and run it. Like, Al, okay, you got this shift. Okay, Jamie, you on this shift. Okay, okay. Now you interview, and people just interviewing people all day long and keeping it.
Right.
And then you
Yeah.
even get Filipinos. Like, everybody has to go through you, before they connect, and then the rules
Right.
got to be laid down, and that's when it can be policed without being policed.
Yeah.
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 And then yeah, Cliff, I'm definitely down for that, man. I'll bring
I'll
Cliff in
be
there, and Cliff
only
will be the
therapist.
therapist for the site, right? Man, we gotta talk. Actually, we talking too much. That's enough. That's enough.
Guys, let's congratulate.
Let's talk on email me, guys. Email me.
Let's congratulate Clip and Wu because he's coming. They're coming to the Philippines
Yes.
this week for
Yes.
good.
That's awesome. That's
Wow.
awesome.
Anyone.
Yeah, I enjoy watching them, and she reminds me so much. She's always happy, always laughing, and that when I was going through what I was going through, those because it hurt, but watching her videos and him and saying that
Mhm.
he's a big teddy bear,
Yeah,
brings a smile to your face.
yeah.
And Ru is very direct. She's really
Mhm.
like she's like the way she talks, like she's really direct.
She's
Rue,
direct but funny.
Yeah,
she,
She
very
makes you
what it
funny,
laugh.
is,
very
you know what it
funny.
is? She's a raw Filipino. That's what it is with Rue. Rue, there's no holding back. She says whatever. And I know sometimes at home, I'm sure she flips on Cliff, but it's still respectful. Like, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
it's like Kay sometimes will flip on me, but Kay knows I check. Like, if it's out of hand, I check it. You know what I'm saying? But she knows
Yeah.
I'm not hearing it, but still, it's all in good fun. It's the same way. Like Kay's like Rue too in her own way, but Rue is she's just all the way with it. She's like the true Filipina. Don't play. She'll tell you about yourself. You can tell that's how Rue is.
And Cliff has a lot of patience.
Yeah, you have to have patience.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, but still I can tell it's all within, how can I say? It's just her. She's not doing it in like how women in the West, you guys know, and they
Hmm.
just flipping on you to tell you who you are, and it's just not in good spirits. It's different.
Oh
It's
yeah.
different. Like the Filipinos doing it different ways. I don't know. I can't
Mhm.
explain it. And that's why I
Mhm.
said before, and I got checked for it in the video. I said Filipinos remind me a lot of how black women are, but
Mm.
it's not the naggy flip on you. It's like it can be naggy at times, but it's not the same. And I think Al knows. Al's with a Filipino too at home, so he knows what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I wish Amy were here
Oh my God.
to
She
say
has a
hi to you guys,
pretty
but
wife,
Yeah,
pretty wife.
she's not here right now.
yeah. Oh, really?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Yeah, I seen her
Yeah,
in the chat. I guess you guys. She must be out somewhere with the kids.
yeah,
But
she was visiting her friend, but yeah,
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
but maybe
guy.
she wanted. I think she was saying hi on the in the chat.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. She
She
was. She
yeah,
was.
was. She was.
Al wife is the model of Jay, that the first person who
The
wear Jay's
T-shirt.
t-shirt.
yeah,
You can see in the community, guys, the first girl there with the braces. That's
Yeah.
Al's
Yeah. Yeah.
wife.
That's Al's
Everybody
wife.
like, who's
Yeah.
that girl? Al's
Yeah.
wife is
No.
very pretty.
No. I said it right away. I said no. That's my boy's wife. Like that's my limits. You know right away. Yeah.
I will find
yeah.
it.
But yeah, she's on there somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe she's sleeping now because she's gone
Probably.
already.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. She's on the way here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But
Okay, okay.
yeah, guys, I want to thank you, Al and Jamie, for joining the live stream.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna end it at 2 minutes, not 2 minutes. I mean 2 hours. Any last words, guys? Anything you have on your mind you want to tell the people?
Just what I would say is just be careful to in your relationship and get to know the person
Hmm.
and make sure it's gonna last. And if you have dreams going to the Philippines, do it. Don't wait till you're old and I mean do it now if you can and enjoy the life there. I mean it's awesome. I enjoyed it when I was there, and I had been there before also. So just I mean if you want to go there, do it. There's ways to make money online.
Got it.
Yes.
And so, any last words, man?
I pretty much echo the same thing that Jamie
Okay.
says. You
Okay.
know, if you're gonna come here, and you really want to do that, I think you can. But I also think you should try to again invest more time if you can,
Hmm. Hmm.
Mhm.
especially if you're talking about relationships. Because if you're talking about
Yes.
relationships, it can be hard to just come here for a few weeks and then
Hmm.
get back on the plane and go back to the States. And um, it can be difficult because you don't really know the person that well, guys. So trust is a huge factor. So if you can spend as much time as you can out here and also kind of observe what's happening with the way of life here.
Hmm.
So certainly things are going to be a very, very different when you come out here from the States. And I'm sure, Jay, when you first came out here, you noticed a lot of the same things I did,
Yeah, I sure
you
did.
know, and it takes a while to get used to that and to kind of control ourselves, right? And
Hmm.
Mhm.
because usually your first thought is, hey, it's not like that in the States,
Mhm.
or it's so you after a while you kind of have to slow your roll, as I said before, and
Hmm.
then get used to the way things are here. But once you can do that, then I think things are going to go pretty smoothly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That would be really my best advice, is that
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
kind of see what happens out here. And the more that you can soak in, the more that you can absorb and learn, the easier it'll become for you.
Yeah.
And get used to the food because I wasn't used to the
Oh, and
food
the
when I
food.
was there.
Well, if you're around the Metro Manila, boy, there's a lot of
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
American style fast food or
Everything
gourmet
is
A
there.
lot,
restaurants. Yeah,
Hmm.
yes.
especially in BGC.
BGC. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was today. That's what I was today. Video
Uh,
coming soon. Video coming
Ask
soon.
me, Kay. Kay, any last word, Kay?
Any last words, Kay? Any
Okay.
last words?
Don't forget about me. My last word is, this is the pretty wife of Al.
Oh, there
Yes.
she
Hi,
is.
Ames.
Yeah.
This is Ames, guys. Meet. She was there in the chat earlier. That's the pretty wife of Al. Reveal right away, guys. There's always a chance for you to be with your girlfriend or to get married if you wanna do it online. But make sure that you meet the girl first. You live with her for a long time, at least
Yeah.
maybe a few months, or maybe it depends on the time you're coming here. But there's a chance. So do that if you need to, if you really want to be with your girl, but make sure, be careful, make sure that you already meet the
There
girl
goes
and you know
Ames.
her
Ames is there.
fully. She's here.
Here,
Hi,
yeah.
Ames. Shout out.
Oh, there she is. So
She's right here.
That's the pretty wife of Al. And guys, thank you so much for the super chat and for the members for being here and for the regular chatters. Wow, chatters. That's all. And thank you,
Yeah,
Jamie.
guys.
Thank you, Jamie and Al, for being here and also Exotic Filipina.
Thank
Yeah,
y'all for
that's all.
having
thank you
us.
guys for having us. Yes.
No problem, no
Yes.
problem. Yeah, guys. So thank you to all. We see you guys next live stream. Also, I'm going to post some of this. I'm going to chop it up, edit it, and make a video out of it. And just so you guys, because a lot of times you guys are not going to watch a whole 2 hour live stream to get the certain things out of it. But I'm going to chop it up and put it into the week for you guys. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And of course, be stay tuned for the next video, and see you guys next live stream. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
Thank you guys.
All right, see you
Thanks,
later.
thanks.
Good night.
Good night.